What's up, guys? It's Cleveland Gudger. I just want to talk to you about how hip hop hates gays. Really? Because there's always been a gay scene in hip hop, starting back from guys like Tim and West and Deadly and Tory Fix. They've all been pretty prominent gay rappers in the LGBT scene. As of recently, rappers like GoDDM and Last Offense have been taking the reins and going to that next level. Um, but there's always been a zero tolerance for homosexuality in hip hop. You have straight rappers who hate gays. I always have had this disdain and towards gays and the whole misogyny and machismo involved with being male rappers. But times are starting to change. You have people like Malcolm Moore and Ryan Lewis and even Eminem, who is vulgar as he can be, has said that he has no problem with gays, as well as Tyler the Creator, who could be really raunchy with some of the things that he has to say about gays. But one of his biggest chums is Frank Ocean. So what it's boiling down to for me personally is the whole suicide factor. According to bullyingstatistics.com, 30% of suicides in teens are related to gay bashing. So we really need to talk about it and see what we can do about stopping it. When it comes to this type of music, you got to keep your mind open, especially with the artists that I've worked with in the past in hip hop and the use of their homophobic slurs. I've become more into getting into their mindset to see where their head is at before we even start music. That way, they know where I'm coming from and I know where they're coming from. A lot of people have always wondered if gay MCs can actually flow. Can they actually rap? Some are good, some are bad, some are mediocre. But there are a couple in particular that I follow that are amazing, and I will let you in on them a little later in this presentation. Um, my point is to understand the damage that can be done with words, even though words shouldn't be a factor in people's feelings, they can be. We need to take responsibility for what we say, and it could be a possible prevention of teen suicide if we think about what we say before we say it. Um, like Eminem has a song called "Kill You" that says, "I'm ready to make everyone's throat ache. You faggots keep egging me on." Or Cole in Voluminati says, "My verbal AK slay faggots, and I don't mean no disrespect when I say faggot. Okay, faggot." That kind of shit stuff can weigh really heavy on one's brain, especially in a young teen who happens to be gay. Like in Eminem's Criminal, where he says, "Hate fags?" The answer is yes. Homophobic? Nah, y'all just heterophobic. Eminem is firmly placed his tongue in cheek in a lot of his songs, so that's why I can deal with what he says, because he's not necessarily jumping at gay folks. He just is using that as a term to cut people down. That being said, I've been asked if I am I hypocritical in working with rappers who have used gay slurs in their music. I don't necessarily think I have allowed it to happen, but there are reasons behind it. Most of my reasons behind the rapper that I have worked with that used gay slurs were because they were using it in a tongue-in-cheek kind of stance, and they even talked about themselves in the same process. They explained it actually in their lyrics, so I could see that coming. That made more sense to me as opposed to someone just attacking someone just because they're gay. Um, Frank Ocean is a good example of somebody in R&B who's opening doors. And Jay-Z commented on his blog Life and Times site where he said, "We're all made better by your decision to share publicly about who he is and what he is." So again, am I hypocritical? Not really. As long as I can sit with the artist and we talk about what we're going to be said, what's going to be said, and he explains to me where he's coming with from and the intent behind it, I can deal with it. And the person, like I said, I worked with before, actually thought about what he was saying before he spoke it. Which is something else we all need to exercise is thinking before we speak, because we can do a lot of damage to people when with words that are stated if they're not thought through. And we really need to do that from now on. Everyone does, not only in hip hop, just in life in general. Technically, to me, it's no big deal whether you're gay or not. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis again, brought that to the forefront last year with Same Love. And then like I said before, you have other artists who are coming out with big names who are starting to support the community because they know that we are listening and we're paying attention. One of my favorite rappers is GoDDM. He was talking to me the other day about how when he would do battles early on, people would assume he was gay, so he would like take that and use it against them so they couldn't mess with him when he started to do ciphers and battles. In fact, he's done like 5 ciphers before that didn't even get aired on YouTube because he's better than the main rapper in there, and they can't deal with a gay rapper being better than them. That's how good he is. Um, he and another rapper named Last Defense are probably the two gay rappers I listen to the most, and they're amazing. They should be mainstream. They should be out there and being heard by everyone, not just the gay community, because they are amazing lyricists, and they are not afraid to get on the mic and do things and talk about things that are need to be talked about in this community and put to light. When this whole damage thing going on to the young minds and to the youth stops, so much more things could be better. You know, you'd be preventing the suicide thing. You know, that's just horrible, and it could be prevented by simply watching what you say. You know, and that would make for a better change. You know, Tyler the Creator, in speaking on Frank Ocean on Jaden's article, said that he knows me and I know him, and he knows I don't care about being gay. So that kind of thing I think is really good, and it needs to be heard. Life is good when you're being yourself and you're allowing yourself to be who you are as opposed to what other people think you should be. And I think that in itself would be wonderful for us to learn and to put into the forefront. Um, so, what do you guys think? Y'all let me know. Peace.